Rabbi Happer. And both Harabanim, I don't want to leave anybody else. I'm not going to attempt to name the Harabanim over here, but even the Weinberg or the Goller, but both Harabanim. I was looking around the room when I first came in, and I looked to this corner and that corner, and I saw people who know Meir for 50 plus years, 25 plus years, 20 plus years. And I thought to myself, who am I to stand here tonight and speak? I know Meir for 14 years. And so, I'm humbled truly to be here tonight to share just a couple of words, and of course being the last speaker of the night, I'm not going to trouble you to stay so late, so I'll be brief. But just what I think is a very unique gesture that I have with Meir and my family as well. And the truth be told is that I have a lot of things to say that I'm not going to share tonight. For example, I can speak tonight about Helene's resolve and her strength, which is truly incredible. And we've spoken, I hope, every Yom Tov or so since last year. I think I say that all the time, but I'll say it again. Truly incredible. I can speak about your amazing children. Your boys, Eitan, Noam, and Ezra. Thank God now Ali, Trani, and Yirbu. How truly they embody everything that you and Meir have put into them and are all about. But I'm not going to do that either. I could speak about my kids. And I apologize because, with a shout out to Arthur Quint for being the biggest crier in Jamaica State. But I think I was a very close second. About 10, 7.5, and almost 5. Yet, at their young age, Meir's name is a steady presence in our house. And I speak tonight about, if I would have the chance, about why that is. How I observed Meir walking home with my eldest son, Yehuda, talking about the Yankees, and how he cherished them and made them feel like they were truly special. And that famous speech that I gave a couple of years ago about how my kids, when playing shul in the house, would fight over who would play the role. Of course, it wasn't the rabbi who wanted to be a rabbi. He certainly wasn't the president. But they fought over who wants to be Meir Mishwach. Everybody wants to be Meir Mishwach. But I'm not going to do that tonight. And instead, I want to conclude by sharing a brief thought about two things that I believe make our Kesher very special. Meir and I. And what I learned from him about who I want to be. And I think and truly believe that we all can learn from him and have learned from him, and the legacy he leaves us in moving forward our lives. It's now Motzei Shabbos Parshas Truma, and we're going to read about the Kruvim. And when I was a child, we all recall, of course, in school, in grade school, I of course learned in the Belazim. We were all taught about the Kruvim being the image of Yeduka, angels, small children. You can picture rosy cheeks, smiling children. That's the image in our mind that we think of the Kruvim. And yet, the first place the Torah mentions Kruvim is not in Parshas Truma. It's in Parshas Bereshis, when it describes the Kruvim that sat at the entrance to Gan Eden with those, the fiery swords, guarding Gan Eden fiercely to make sure those who weren't Ra'ui to enter didn't go in. And it kind of smashes my childhood image of the angels, of the Kruvim. And the question many Mefarshim raise is fairly obvious, that the same word that's used to describe by the Mishkan, the Kruvim, those angelic faces, as Chazal describe, are also used to describe, as Rashi comments, Malachi Chavala, these demonic angels that guard Gan Eden. Isn't it a stira, a contradiction, to have such an image of the Kruvim? And I think the answer is, it's not at all. And I'll tell you why. In public life, in the world of Kodesh, Avodas HaKodesh, and people who serve in many capacities, whether in schools and shuls, organizations, there are often two kinds of personalities. There are those who are very aggressive and very assertive, who get a lot done, but often in doing and getting a lot done, they're Malachei Chavala. They damage along the way. And they bump people over to get things that they want accomplished. Because they have to. They're get-done type people. Of course, there are those in public life who are softer, who don't speak that often, who aren't very verbose, not people of many words, and quietly get things done and accomplish. What's funny is, we often think they can't be the same person. You can't be somebody who is a person of very few words and mild-mannered, and at the same time be very assertive and get so much done, while not harming anybody along the way. Meir Zikartan Lebraga, taught me something. Truly incredible. He taught me that to be a leader in a community does not require one to be Malachi Chavala, to be aggressive and pushy, and to push people aside. You can still be a leader and be successful in a soft, mild-mannered way, without sacrificing anything in the world, in the realm of accomplishment. I don't know anybody in my entire life that I ever met that was dedicated to shul life and school life, and that got so much done. I think I said before, Hopper said it before. I don't think any of us realized how much he did. And I know a little bit because after Maariv, here in the shul, I'd often stay. And Rachel would say to me, why can't you get him earlier? And she would say she already knew. It's one of two people, either Ronnie Herskovitz or Meir Mishkoff. And she would say, tell Meir and Ronnie your wife wants you home. We have no idea. He was the only person that I knew who could combine these two traits of being assertive and getting so much done, and yet being a crew, a soft-spoken, mild-mannered person. There's nobody else. Number two, and I'll conclude. For those who don't know, a little over a year ago, I faced one of the most incredible challenges in my entire life with 2 full-time jobs, very sadly. The rabbi of the shul in my center by Kellemer, of course, to him, was in a terrible accident. And it was a Monday night, and when I heard about the accident, my mind was spinning with all of the thoughts of what could be on my plate. in the coming days, months, and hopefully he should get well soon. That was my thought at the time. And that night was so busy trying to help the family, trying to help the community deal with the shock of this terrible accident. Tuesday morning, I decided, although I didn't sleep more than an hour the night before, I couldn't miss school. So I went to school on almost no sleep. And I came in, my students said to me, "You look totally exhausted. You look spent. You want a period off." They're always happy to do that. And instead of teaching, I actually spoke about Meir. Because that morning, on the way to school, I got 2 phone calls on the way in. Number one, Rabbi. I can't, any opportunity I can take, I can't say enough. His mentorship, his friendship, incredible. The call to wish me well, knowing full well that I had a lot on my plate, and give me words of chizuk. 10 minutes later, I pulled up at school. I got another phone call. Meir Mishkan. And he said to me something I'll never forget. He said, again, it wasn't many words. He said, "Rabbi Goller, I heard what happened. I want you to know something. You can do this. I believe in you. And you have it in you." Well, often people who are involved in shul life are people who are very assertive and get a lot done. But again, the Kruvim, the mild mannered part. They forget about the individual and being sensitive to those who feel connected to them. That phone call, I'll never forget. They took a minute out of his time to think of me. I'll certainly never forget. That legacy of Meir Mishkoff, the only person I ever have known to be able to have both qualities of the Malachim, be assertive and get a lot done, and be incredibly sensitive and thoughtful and mild-mannered and not verbose. That is something I carry with me for the rest of my life. I know Rachel and my children will forever be indebted for the opportunity to expose ourselves, to get to know him and learn from that incredible model that he showed us. And I would say for all of us here in this room tonight, as we move forward with our lives and think about the way we approach community and shuls and schools, for me personally, the greatest thing that I will do to honor Meir's memory is to move forward with sensitivity, always remembering the individual, working as hard as I can for the cloud, and trying my best to honor his memory by combining the two as he so perfectly did. May all of our good deeds for the community, for our schools and shuls, and for individual people all be an incredible tribute and well-deserved kavod to Meir's neshama.